Hey Smit, we're live. I just started the recording. We can just start jumping right into the interview. Before I go on asking any questions, do you want to just quickly introduce yourself, your company, anything else you want to share with the people before we get started?
Yeah, sure. So I run a B2B code email lead generation agency, and I started it 3 weeks ago. And then I'm posting content online on my YouTube, on my Twitter, and LinkedIn. And I also target B2B companies, mainly targeting marketing agencies and then logistic and supply chain companies. So, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good. Well, I guess we can just jump right into things with how you got into Lead Academy. I know that a lot of people go in through our content, the stuff we post online. Is that the case for you?
Yeah, I was looking for a course. I didn't want to spend too much on a course because I had like a limit on my budget. So I came across your content online. I saw your videos, and first, like I when I joined, I was in the student plan, but I liked the student plan so much. I upgraded to the professor plan, and like I'm enjoying it so much, and like the value the value you're giving me as compared to the price you're charging, it's like phenomenal. I'm thinking that like you should charge more, that because the value you're providing is so much. So, yeah.
I'm glad that you like it, and I mean, when we created Lead Academy, this is
Yeah.
one of the things that I think separates us from a lot of the course creators. Is Lead Academy is not our main business, right? Like we're not relying on Lead Academy to pay the bills or anything like that. Lead Academy is our second business. Our main business is the marketing agency, so we don't have to put outrageous prices or anything like that, because the goal here is to just make the best info product. We've said this quite a couple times publicly, or quite a few times publicly, is our goal with Lead Academy is to learn the business of info, right? Like
Yeah.
learn how to create a good info product. And that's exactly what we're trying to do here. And that's why, we have the prices that we do. And I mean, on top of that, one thing that a lot of people, forget is we also offer a no questions asked money back guarantee. So even if for those 1% of people who somehow manage to not like Lead Academy, I mean, they have an opportunity to just get their money back as if nothing happened. So I'm glad you like our pricing structure. It's, designed to make it really easy to say yes.
Yeah.
But I guess when you joined, you saw the content.
Yeah.
What made you want to join primarily? Like, was it more community? Was it more what exactly? What was it? Like, what was the selling point to you? The tools, the community. What was it?
So when I joined, I was attracted by this coaching call because, like, right now there's no course like Lead Academy who provides a coaching call. So I wanted some like coaching for my business because at the price you're charging, nobody's providing any coaching calls. And then I wanted to learn about offer, copywriting, and then sales. So that part really attracted me, but the main was the pricing and the coaching calls.
Okay, yeah, the coaching calls. That's actually
Yeah.
funny. No one has said that before, right? Most people join for the tools or community. So it's glad to hear that you like the coaching calls. And I mean, just so the viewers know, like, where are you at right now with your business? Like, how many clients do you guys have? Sort of what's kind of like the structure that you guys have going on right now?
So we are currently booking 2 to 4 calls a day. And here's a funny story that last night, I saw your sales module, and then today I had my sales call, and then I did exactly the same which that you told me on the sales on the module, and then I signed the client and I sent them the contract today. And in fact, the lead told me that this was like one of the different call, I can say. This was one of the complete different call because it really differentiate me as a lead generation agency. The value you provide in any module is like phenomenal. So, yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad that you like the sales stuff. That that whole concept
Yeah.
of selling by teaching is something that not many people do. I feel like a lot of people when they enter these sales calls, they try to create like a very like Wolf of Wall Street high pressure sales environment, which makes people uncomfortable, right? It makes them feel like you're trying to pressure them into something. Because the fact of the matter is that when if you're selling lead gen, you're not selling a new novel service that is just like brand new to
Yeah.
people. Everybody knows that there's lead generation agencies. Most people have been scammed by a lead generation agency, and whenever you get on one of these calls, like you're kind of starting with them having their guard up, right?
Yeah.
And really, the only way that you can sell them is going to be just by making them trust you. And the only way that you can make them trust you is by giving them a reason to trust you, which is just
Yeah.
being competent. So that whole idea and that whole like thesis of selling by teaching is something that I'm working on right now. Right now, like a lot of people don't know this, but we're actually redoing the entire Lead Academy course. So we're about to have probably like 3 times the video content. We're going to talk about all these new subjects, like, for example, what to do when you get a chargeback, or like how to protect your Stripe account from being shut down, or how to negotiate, refunds with your clients, like information that we learned just purely off just experience, just like going and like getting the chargebacks, getting the refunds, because in the end of the day, everybody has those problems. It's
Yeah.
not about being a good service deliverer. Like you're always gonna have clients who are just like problematic people, and they're gonna be annoying about these sorts of things. So, we're making modules on that, and then adding new tools and stuff like that. So, if you like the program now, you're gonna love it when it's in its V2 phase. But that's great to hear. So that client you signed, are they are
Yeah.
they also a marketing agency?
Yeah. They are like
Okay.
one of the biggest marketing agency. They have worked with Google and then pretty big companies, so they are pretty big marketing agency.
Okay. Yeah, that's great to hear, man. I mean, are you doing pay per call right now?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so you're gonna kill it for them because I mean, if you're booking 2 to 4 meetings for yourself, then you're gonna book something similar for your clients. But I mean, that sounds great, man. In terms of infrastructure and like what you're actually doing to send accounts or to send emails, are you on like the Smart Lead platform?
Yeah, I'm on Smartly. And
Okay, on
then
Smart Lead, gotcha. And then
yeah,
mhm,
and
go ahead.
then for the email accounts, you preferred me to go with the premium inboxes, which you guys have a discount. And then I did go with the premium inboxes, and I have like 4 to 5% reply rate, which is like way above than my previous reply.
Yeah, that's another really big thing about Lead Academy. Like just like I mentioned, we do still run a lead generation
Yeah,
agency. So when you run a lead generation agency and you have a coaching program with about 200 people in it actively, you start to have these possibilities and these capabilities to create strategic partnerships,
yeah,
which benefit everybody. Like premium inboxes, which is probably the number one Google reseller right now on the market. They're already like a good discount off what the base market price is,
yeah,
right? Just being in Lead Academy, we make you aware that these things exist, but we don't just do that. We'll also give you a discount. So for Lead Academy students, we have that 25% off discount code. And obviously, when you're getting started, or even when you're not just getting started, even when you're like an experienced agency owner, to be able to save 25% on your monthly cost to run your agency by just being in a group like Lead Academy, like, it starts to help. And for us, it makes sense because we can approach somebody like Premium Inboxes and say, hey, we're a lead generation agency. We're going to buy thousands of accounts from you. And on top of that, we're going to promote you in our group with hundreds of people in it. Give us a discount code. And we come in with a position of leverage. And it's a partnership which makes sense for both people. So I think that's another one of those things that we're going to work on a lot in the fourth quarter, which is more strategic partnerships, having more discounts, more, I guess, benefits, and I guess
yeah.
rebates for Lead Academy students, because I think that that could really help.
Yep.
So,
And
but yeah, I
like
mean, I'm
and the
go
tools
ahead.
which you are providing, like store leads it's itself 250 $300, and you're providing it for like 99 bucks, and which is like a deal breaker. And you get all
Yeah.
you like, I also get the other tools. I can also scrape local businesses, SaaS companies, marketing agencies, and which is like pretty great.
Of course, yeah. I mean, again, I keep
Yeah,
mentioning it, but one of the big things about Lead Academy is, of course, that we are actual agency owners. So, scraping local businesses, scraping Clutch, scraping Store Lead, scraping these platforms, these are things that we used to do as an agency, no matter like before Lead Academy
yeah,
existed, right? All these tools that we're making and all these utilities that we're adding, right? Like we're doing it for ourselves first, and then we're just giving it as a utility to Lead Academy, right? Because when you're an agency owner, like and in the day to day, and you still actually run a lead gen agency with dozens of clients, you start to see what people want. You start to see like what works, what doesn't work,
yeah.
and then you just share it with your group, and everybody wins. So I feel like that dynamic makes it very effective, and I mean, it seems like most people agree with that. But I guess a question for you, and this is just purely out of interest. What would you want to see added to Lead Academy?
I, to be honest, more about I would say the onboarding process, like the service delivery part of like what should we do after we sign the client. More focus on the onboarding part and then the service delivery part.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that's good to hear because that's going to be a big portion of the new modules, like the cold email.
Yeah.
I think the cold email section alone in the new course is bigger than the entire course right now. So the size of the modules have definitely increased quite a bit. But I mean, I'm glad you're liking everything so far,
Yep.
right? And I mean, is there anything else that you want to add before we start ending up the interview?
I would say the community is nice. Like you guys are like I don't know if you guys sleep or not, but whenever I ask you any questions, you and Tyler are like quick and give me all the answers. So and the other people who are like minded and give me all the answers if I'm any like facing any problem. So yeah, I would add that.
Of course. Yeah, I mean, having a community is definitely the strongest part. I'm glad that the other members help out as much as we do. So that's good to hear.
Yeah,
But anyway, Smith, I know this meeting's right about to end. I know I have to run to another meeting after this one. So
yeah,
it was a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you for this. Last question for you is: would you recommend people join Lead Academy?
of course. If you wanna grow in online space, bro, please join Lead Academy. Please join it.
Of course, man.
Yeah,
I'm glad to hear that, man. All right, then. Well, with that being said, let's wrap up this interview. It was a pleasure speaking with you, man. If you ever
yep,
have any questions, ever need any help, just feel free to reach out to me.
yes, sir. Yep.
Okay,
Glad to be
sure
here.
thing, man. Thank you. Bye
Bye.
bye.